Hey, Ag Teacher Thoughts here. It is huckleberry season in Northern Idaho, and this would be the huckleberry that we have up here. Now, with these huckleberries, they are a very interesting plant in that they're really kind of picky as far as being domesticated, right? So it's not easy to just take a huckleberry and take a cutting or take a seed or something like that and attempt to plant it out into a huckleberry bush. So that's not really something that works really easy. There's a mystery behind it that we don't really know. So we don't know why these huckleberries just don't like to be propagated and commercially raised. There's a pretty high loss on those. But yeah, so I am at a secret location up in Northern Idaho. One of the reasons, huckleberry pickers keep huckleberry locations a secret is there's a lot of destructive activity that occurs. There's a lot of money in huckleberries. I am on public land right now, which means actual commercial harvesting is not permitted. But that doesn't stop people from coming in when no one else is around and using some pretty destructive tools. There's huckleberry combs, or some people call them rakes, but it's a toothed like bucket that's designed to slip over the branches of the plant and allow the berries to be plucked off and fall into a container. Part of the problem with that is, as we get down here, if you look, there are buds. Sorry, it's also a mosquito area. There are buds from next year's plant that are actually right down in at the joint of the plants, and they can get easily damaged. So if someone comes through with a rake or a comb and scrapes those bushes and knocks those leaves and buds off, then that's in a location you can't have berries the next year. They're simply just not going to be there. So yeah, if you are going to come out huckleberry picking, which this is a pretty good location. I mean, this is pretty epic huckleberries. We had a really good year. If you are going to come out, please pick by hand. Come in, do the old school, like you're picking your blueberries at home. You can get a fair amount in your hand in just a few minutes, and you don't have to go through and use a rake or something destructive. And there's my bucket of huckleberries. But anyway, this is huckleberry picking in Northern Idaho. It is something new to me. I never had to pick berries up in the woods when I was a kid. I grew up in the Willamette Valley, and that was kind of berry central. In fact, one of the reasons why school kids were let off the first part of June in Oregon when I was a kid is you got to go out and pick the strawberries. Strawberries used to be picked by school kids. We used to have like 60,000 acres of strawberries. Now it's just a couple thousand over there in Oregon anymore. They stopped letting the school kids do it. So for me, huckleberries are new, and that's really kind of also because, Jacob, what did it take us? 45 minutes to get here? Maybe an hour?
Around hour 15.
Okay, so hour and 15 minutes away to where the huckleberries are. Where I was at in Oregon when I lived there, the huckleberry patches were hours away, like 3 hours to get in the general location and then maybe an hour of hunting around. So it just wasn't, it didn't make economic sense. Here, I'm older now. It's more for the recreation and the mystique of huckleberries. They really taste a little bit different than a blueberry, but they're pretty similar. In fact, that's where blueberries came from. But anyway, I thought you would appreciate that. Seeing some epic huckleberry area. I'm just getting ready to pick this. And yeah, I'm going to keep this area a secret. So we found some pretty good patches. But there's also a lot of area here where people have gone through with rakes in the middle of the night or when no one's around and raked the huckleberries out. So It's kind of spotty here, but at least it's worked good for us. Anyway, thought you might enjoy that. North Idaho huckleberries.